Hello, I'm iHeartFunnyBoys, and this channel is my secondary channel called Game Dev Junkies. Whether you're brand new here or maybe you've been seeing a few of my videos floating through your recommends but not really sure what the hell is going on, I wanted to take a little bit of time and explain what this channel is, what I'm trying to accomplish, and how it's going so far. So a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, I was doing what I normally do, running around doing chores, putting away dishes, I think, and before I really started, I wanted to find some YouTube to listen to while I work, which is my general way of doing things. I listen to a lot of YouTube as a way of having company and feeling entertained. It really satisfies the ADHD part of me that just needs to constantly have someone talking to me, and I find it very comforting. I used to be really into watching game dev videos, and I think I've gotten to a point where I grew out of a lot of them. Listening to tutorials, kind of meaningless. If I want to learn something very specific, I'll tend to then just like watch one video on that specific thing at the moment I'm trying to implement it, not something I would passively listen to. I then watched a lot of generic game dev advice videos, but those got super repetitive and kind of started to make me mad. I get so mad listening to them now. So I just had to stop. It's nothing against the people that make them, and at one point I found them very useful, but now I find that a lot of the information that's shared is too generic to really be useful. And some of the people who claim that they are speaking from a place of like knowledge, trust me bro, like I got all the facts and you just listen and do what I say. It's like they change what they say every couple months. So they don't know. Like that's how I know they don't know. I've been here long enough and it's not been consistent. And so I'm like, okay, so you're just like, you need to make a video, sure. But okay, so the point is, I felt like I wanted to have someone in my ear that I could listen to, like a podcast, while I'm doing stuff that is just talking about game dev in general and not talking about necessarily like from a place of I have all the answers, but just here's what I'm up to. That was kind of what I was looking for, and there are definitely channels like that, but I didn't feel like there were enough for how often I want to hear these, which is daily. And so I thought, I'm a talker. I do game dev streams, and I can just talk for like 12 hours straight about game dev, about what I'm working on a twice a week basis. So maybe if I allowed myself to make video content that was lower level of polish and effort, I don't script it, I don't edit it, I don't even have B-roll footage or anything, I'm not showing anything, I think of a topic, I spend maybe an hour leading up to it thinking, what should I talk about today? And then I talk about it for however long I feel like, could be 5 minutes, could be half an hour, whatever, and then I just maybe throw some underlying music to it to drown out the static sound. Like that seems like something I could do. And if I'm committing to like, okay, I'm gonna not worry about what I'm wearing and not try and make it always the same, not try and make it always different, not worry about my hair always being the same or different, location being the same or different, and like maybe I record it sometimes when I'm on the way to go do something else, or I record it when I'm just have a minute and I think of it, and try really to do it every day. That felt like something I could do and basically put out into the YouTube sphere what I would want to be seeing. I am hoping, one of the goals of this is I'm really hoping that other people will see these videos, see some level of success from them and think, I want to do the same. Because if we could have more people making this kind of content to just talk about game dev and YouTube and like game dev YouTube and all that stuff, different aspects that go into this like really complex, multifaceted art form. Like if someone just wanted to talk about 3D modeling, for game dev, that would still be really sick. Like, I would love that. So a big part of it is like, be the change you wish to see and make the kind of videos you want to watch. I do listen back to my own videos here just because I already find this entertaining. Like, this is good for me. And I would love to see more variety, more people doing the same thing. So that's one reason. But kind of an unexpected value that I found in doing this and posting so often and just doing like the minimal edits that I do, which is literally cropping the beginning and end of the video so that there's not that awkward pause as I'm like angling myself in the camera, and then like an awkward pause when I'm reaching for the stop button, and then putting on music just to hide the ambient sounds of the room, because I'm recording on my phone. That's the way I'm keeping consistent, is by always just recording from my cell phone, and it adds mobility, reduces friction in actually doing the recording, and means that I'm more willing to do it. It's made me better at video editing because I'm learning more about the tools. Even with the minimal amount I'm doing, I'm able to now like recognize when are the lulls, when should I stack things in order to then let my render run for a couple minutes, and like what do I need to have ready so that I can be more productive in that in-between time. And I will say, for like the way I'm doing it, I download I upload from my phone the recording. That takes some time, so I get that started ASAP after I record. Then I go over to my computer when I have time. I do the download, walk away. Maybe I boot up my Kdenlive and my Krita in the meantime. I bring the video into Kdenlive, and it needs some time to do the modification on the formatting. I can hear that my laundry machine in the background is about to start beeping, so sorry if that cuts in at some point. Then I look for the video, or I bring the video once it's finished doing that, which is another wait. Maybe I think about the title in that time. Bring it down into the editor and crop the beginning, crop the end, play it back, play a different YouTube video just to hear the sound balance, and add a volume limiter if I need to, if like my voice is coming in too loud on the microphone that day. And then maybe another thing during the downtime is go into my music collection and look for a song that I can play that kind of matches the tone. It doesn't have to be like spot on, just something looping that I can use to cover up ambient sounds like what you just probably did hear, because that was pretty distinct beeping. Anyways, and then I crop the beginning and end of my video, just like play for like when is right when I'm starting talking, when is right when the end is, and then I balance out the music over me talking so that it's quiet but not inaudible. And then I, somewhere in the track, will just like drag my cursor over and grab a screenshot from the video and download that as a PD or a PNG. And then after I've gotten that and that's like saved onto my computer, then I do the rendering, because that locks up Kdenlive for like 5 minutes. And I grab the PNG and I bring it over to Krita, where I have a template of basically like the thumbnail is exactly the same. I just take a different screenshot of the different video each time, put in the primary title of the video as the text and like align it how I like, and then export that as a PNG as well. And then I'm ready to go. Once the render is done, I bring it into YouTube. I am just doing the hashtag game dev. I don't know why I'm explaining all of this in detail. I just don't want to be too vague, because if you're curious, like what exactly is it that I'm talking about? Like, there's points where I have to have certain things prepared in order to be most optimal with my time. That's just an example. I've also gotten more comfortable with doing some of the settings with Kdenlive. So that's been very helpful to me. Another benefit of posting every day is that I'm able to learn more about the YouTube algorithm, because I can experiment really easily. Like, I had been looking into what are the categories that people are putting game dev videos under, because I wasn't really sure. Is this science and technology? Is this teaching, educational? Is this gaming as a whole? I wasn't sure. So now I've looked a little bit into what other videos do, but I just wanted to try. So I'm doing one category and then I'll give it like a couple weeks there, switch to a different category. And right now, actually, I'm trying, like, I want to be consistent with like all things and then just change one thing at a time, be really scientific about it. Right now what I'm changing is I'm turning off the notify subscribers. I had that off, and now today I'm just starting putting it on to see what happens with that, if that changes how much people are seeing my videos and if they're showing up where I think they'll start showing up, which is the subscription feed, because my videos haven't been showing up there because I've been having that off. I think that's why. Also, I always post at 4 p.m. So another thing to try since I'm in Europe is putting it a bit later in the day so that the Americans are more awake when it comes out, things like that. So yeah, just trying one thing at a time, and it's really easy to say, yeah, comfortably, I can try that next, and like really give this some time to simmer and see if this setting change has an impact, and not just go like one video at a time, changing something each time, but like let it be like a week of videos before I edit something. So that's been really interesting, and it's something that I could see also doing with the type of content that I'm posting and like the topics that I cover, maybe changing in the future, trying different layouts for my thumbnail, or maybe like how technical it is. Maybe I have like a number where I keep track of which video in the series it is, or like a date or something. Maybe that would be interesting. Maybe that would have an effect. I don't know. But that's all stuff I'm trying, and this channel gives me the opportunity to do that. And I'm not sure that I'm gonna be doing this as a daily thing moving forward without at least serious changes to the type of content that I talk about, because trying to just talk about general topics of game dev and not just nail in specifically on the small details of what I'm doing, I'm kind of running out of ideas. I still have more, but like it's definitely getting more sparse. So that's something that I think is gonna have to change in the near future. But it's been an interesting experiment so far. I hope that it's enjoyable for other people to watch, but even if it's not, I feel like I'm learning a lot from it, so it has intrinsic value. With that said, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.